Hey everybody, welcome to the Week 10 guided assignment, which is about bank reconciliation and correcting errors. So bank reconciliation is just the process by which we compare our bank statement to the entries in our QuickBooks file. And so for this exercise, we're just going to look at a sample bank statement and we're going to go through the reconciliation process in QuickBooks. So I actually started here on the assignment because here in the guidelines, I want to show you that on step 4, there is a sample bank statement. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And I'm going to download it. And this is just a PDF file of a bank statement that we'll use in the process of doing our bank reconciliation. I'm going to clear it out of the way right now. And I'm not sure how well it will fit if I share it on the screen. Um, we might be able to see that, so we'll try it like this. Um, and see how it goes. So our step 1 is just to open our QuickBooks company file. So here we are. And then our step, see, it looks a little different with it not taking up the whole screen, but there it is. And we're on our sample company. And then we're going to open the accounting area, which we've done before. And there you can see we have our bank account up. And so we're going to click reconcile on the left menu. This is one of the things that looks a little different. It's hard to see the left menu because when you're not full screen, it will actually collapse it. So we just use this little menu here. And then we can go to the accounting submenu, and then there is reconcile. If we were full screen, it would just look like this, right? We would just come over here and click on reconcile. Um, it offers us AI-powered reconciliation, not a bad thing to play with. But for now, we're just going to go and do this manually. So when we click on the reconcile screen, it will bring us to this page. And I'm going to go back over here. And so we have our beginning balance, which QuickBooks remembers from the last time you reconciled. It would have been the ending balance at your last reconciliation, will be the beginning balance for this reconciliation. And then we'll get the other information off this statement. So we can see the ending balance on the date for mine is 6/30/26 is 3,274 and 16 cents. I'll enter that into the statement ending balance, and I'll enter the date, June 30th, 2026. Now we'll hit start reconciling. And then we just go through this process of looking at each of the transactions that have cleared our bank on our bank statement and checking them off on the reconciliation. Unfortunately, the check mark here is all the way over at this side. So this is why I was afraid we might not be able to make it fit, but I think we can. So we see like our first transaction to deal with here is Hicks Hardware, $24.38. See, I can't see my dates. If I look here, it'll say that is 6/6. So if I just go down here, look for June 6th, I'll see a Hicks Hardware for $24.36. Now you'll notice that's different, right? So we have an error of 2 cents. I'm going to go ahead and click this as reconciled, but I'm just going to note that there's a 2-cent error, and we'll talk about that as we get to the end. And now I'm going to actually take this sample bank statement off the screen. You can have it up on, you should have it up on your screen as you do this. I have it up on my left screen that you can't see, but I'm just going to go down the list. So I have Tim Phillip Masonry, a withdrawal of $666. So I'm going to scroll through here and I'm going to find that transaction, and then I'll mark it as cleared. Chin's Gas, $185. There it is. I'm going to mark it as cleared. deposit of $694. Hall Properties, a withdrawal of 900. Mahoney Mugs, 1808. Dylan Solfrank, a deposit of 337.50. Rosnahan Insurance, withdrawal of 2,000, or a payment maybe is a better word. Books by Bessie, a payment of $75. You'll notice the payments are in the left column, deposits in the right. Those aren't debits and credits per se, so it can confuse you. That's just how it's structured, with payment in the left and deposit in the right. A deposit of $50 from Freeman Sporting Goods. Actually, it's just listed as a deposit on our statement. A deposit of $218.75. A withdrawal of $87.50 from Pies Cakes, or for Pies Cakes, I guess. There it is. Squeaky Clean Car, $19.99. Travis Waldron, a deposit of $103.55. A deposit of $408. $114.09 for PG&E. There it is. A deposit of $868.15. Hicks Hardware, $228.75. Ham's Site, 75, and a bank service charge of $12, which if I look through here, I don't see it. Sometimes there'll be charges that we didn't know about, that come on our statement, like the bank service charge that we'll have to enter once we get into this reconciliation process. So up here, we can see our difference. And the difference is the difference between our beginning balance minus our payments plus our deposits. So our statement ending balance should match our cleared balance, but we're off by $12.02. If you remember, we noted earlier in the process that this Hicks hardware charge for 2436 showed up on our bank statement for 2438. So there's our 2 cents that we're off. And in real life, what we would have to do is look back at a receipt or a transaction and find out, is it our error, meaning we entered it into QuickBooks incorrectly, and it should be 2438, or is it a bank error where the bank made a mistake and entered it? So let's just say, for the purpose of this assignment, that we look back at our receipt and realize that we just entered it incorrectly. So we can fix that simply by clicking on it, changing the amount of the payment, and saving it. Since we already had that marked as cleared, we'll now see a $12 difference. And that final $12 difference is a bank service charge, which we didn't have recorded at the time we got the statement. So all we have to do is come up to create, expense, we'll wait for it to load. Sometimes it's faster than others. One of the downsides of a web-based system, right, is we're at the mercy of the internet speed. So who did we pay? Well, if it's a bank fee, then we're going to have paid Example Bank USA. That's who's on there. And I don't see, oh, I'm going to go down here to, let's see. Yep, I don't see it in there. So we're going to go ahead and just type it in. Since we didn't have them as a payee, we're going to hit add new. We're going to call them a vendor. We're not going to worry about any of this other information for now. We'll just hit save. We're paying it from our checking account. We're going to put the date that it's on the statement for. So it's 6/30 for June 30th. If we look at payment method, there's not really any good choices for us, right? We didn't use a check. It wasn't cash. It was just like withdrawing from our account. So we're just going to leave it blank, which is fine. For category, I'm going to put in bank, and I come up and it has bank charges already as an account. The amount is $12, and that should do it. I'll hit save and close. I've now entered that expense, and it takes me right back to my bank reconciliation page. I should be able to scroll down to 6/30 now and see that I've created this expense of bank charges. For example, Bank USA, I'll mark it as cleared since it was on our statement. And now you'll see my difference is 0, meaning I'm fully reconciled. So I'll click finish now. It'll give me a big green check mark to make me feel a bit of joy in my heart. Hit done. And now I'm reconciled. And so then all I'm left with is I can run a report. Let me make sure I'm not skipping anything here. So we selected and reviewed the cleared transactions. We identified any missing, duplicate, or uncleared transactions, made the corrections as needed, and now we're going to run a reconciliation report. So I'm going to just go to reports, type in reconcile, and get reconciliation reports. It'll show the date of our reconciliation, the ending balance. I can view the report. There's my reconciliation report. It shows me all the deposits, all the checks and payments that cleared, any uncleared checks as of the date of the reconciliation. Uncleared checks means, and uncleared deposits means those things that we've entered into QuickBooks but haven't shown up on bank statements yet. Anyway, so that's a bank reconciliation report. I'm going to need it to submit for the assignment. So I'll hit print. I'll print to Adobe PDF. And at this point, you know the drill, right? You save it, and then you'll submit it. All you have left is to answer the reflection questions and submit that report. And I hope you learned something about a manual bank reconciliation in QuickBooks. In real life, we often have our bank accounts set up with QuickBooks, meaning QuickBooks can actually access our bank account data. And so the reconciliation process is a little bit quicker and easier because instead of us having to manually match them up, QuickBooks will just find them and then say, it looks like this. Is that correct? And you hit yes, and it'll do the reconciliation for you. Anyway, so if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out. And as always, I hope that was helpful to you.